Adrian Newey was the mastermind behind Red Bull's dominance in Formula One for nearly 2 decades. From designing championship-winning cars to shaping the future of F1 aerodynamics, his influence was undeniable. So when he announced his departure, it sent shockwaves through the racing world. Why would the most successful designer in F1 history walk away from a team at the peak of its success? The truth behind his exit is more surprising than you think. At first, there was much speculation about where Newey would go next. Ferrari was an obvious choice. The dream scenario would have been to partner with Lewis Hamilton to rekindle Ferrari's title hopes. But Aston Martin was the one who finally put him on a contract after months of speculation. Aston Martin offered him a salary that was probably the highest ever paid to a Formula One engineer, and he became a substantial shareholder in the team. This was not just a job switch, it was an exercise of power. But why did he leave in the first place? The official explanation was that Newey felt it was time to step back and explore some new opportunities. However, factional tensions had begun to brew internally, and the biggest reason? Red Bull's team principal, Christian Horner. While Red Bull grappled with various internal issues related to Horner's alleged inappropriate behavior, reports had Newey increasingly feeling sidelined while Horner downplayed his contributions to the team's success. Max Verstappen openly said that Newey's leaving was a huge loss. Verstappen wanted him to stay, but he also realized F1 is a hard business where personal matters supersede team loyalty. Newey later said that he never planned to leave Red Bull. However, after seeing all the internal drama unfold, he realized staying would violate his principles. In truth, Newey had found himself amidst a power struggle, and, rather than become part of the chaos, he instead chose to shape his future. Given Aston Martin's whopping bet on him, the question remains, can Newey work his wonders and create a championship-winning team at Aston Martin, or is he destined to fail against F1's new regulations? After months of speculation, Adrian Newey finally spoke out about his departure from Red Bull. He admitted that while he still loved designing cars, the politics and drama behind the scenes had taken a toll on him. In an interview, he revealed that he felt Red Bull's internal struggles were distracting from what truly mattered, building the fastest car on the grid. While he didn't directly call out Christian Horner, it was clear that the ongoing power struggle played a major role in his decision. Newey nearly decided to leave Formula One entirely for a few brief moments. After years of success, he thought maybe it was time to retire and focus on some things he was interested in, such as designing yachts and road cars. However, as appealing as it was, retirement had little power against the thrill of racing. He mentioned he was still keen to compete. All he needed was the right environment. That was when Aston Martin made him a proposal he could not refuse. At Aston Martin, Newey isn't just any engineer, he is their biggest weapon. As part of the deal, he took a sizable shareholding in the team, thus ensuring both creative control and a direct interest in their success. His position is not merely designing cars, he is actually helping to set the whole team philosophy, from aerodynamics to long-term strategy. With Lawrence Stroll as the ambitious owner investing money into the project, the team wants to challenge Red Bull and Mercedes for championships. The big question now is, can Newey work his magic once again? If anyone can transform Aston Martin into a title contender, it's him. But in F1, nothing is guaranteed. His legacy is already cemented, but his next chapter might be his most challenging yet. Adrian Newey's exit from Red Bull comes at a crucial point in Formula One, being just ahead of the massive regulations changes coming in 2026. Newey has never run away from a challenge, but even he has publicly stated that he is not happy with where the sport is going. New rules mean that there will be big changes to the power units, giving some more weight to internal combustion over electric energy and lighter, more aerodynamically efficient cars. These rules have the potential to redefine F1, but according to Newey, it will not necessarily do any good for the racing. In several interviews, he hinted that the complexity of the new regulations could make it harder for teams to create innovative designs. With restrictions tightening on aerodynamics and increased reliance on hybrid power, teams will have less room to experiment with radical concepts. For someone like Newey, who thrives on pushing the boundaries of design, This could be frustrating. He has expressed concerns that the new rules might lead to a grid where performance differences are minimal, reducing the importance of technical creativity. While F1's goal is to create closer racing, Newey fears the regulations might unintentionally stifle innovation. But while some teams might struggle to adapt, Aston Martin could have a unique advantage heading into 2026. They don't have to rely on their current power unit suppliers, unlike Red Bull, Mercedes, or Ferrari. With Honda returning to F1 as an official supplier, Aston Martin will benefit from a fresh partnership with one of the most successful engine manufacturers in the sports hybrid era. Red Bull, on the other hand, will be developing its power unit for the first time in collaboration with Ford, an unproven project that could face growing pains. Newey's chassis design talents will surely propel Aston Martin forward even more. He has always been adept at playing with new regulations, oftentimes unearthing loopholes beneficial to his cars. Should Aston Martin strengthen its technical structure around him, they certainly could be the team to finally get the 2026 regulations right. With Newey's prowess in wringing every last ounce of performance from a new concept, Aston Martin's brand new factory and state-of-the-art wind tunnel could mean the potential leap over old established heavyweights like Mercedes and Ferrari. But all is not yet rosy. Aston Martin is not an older team in any sense, and while massive investments from owner Lawrence Stroll have come into play, they have yet to prove they can sustain a championship-level performance. Transitioning from a midfield team to a true title contender demands a lot more than investment. It takes impeccable execution at all levels. Yes, Newey boosts their technical know-how significantly, yet the team must also improve its race operations, strategy, and driver consistency if they are to truly realize its potential. The idea of Aston becoming an engineering star has stuck with Adrian Newey. Certainly, he is opposed on many levels. If he is to show his superiority, Newey on the ground is up against a new generation of engineers, masters of modern simulation techniques and hybrid power integration. On the other hand, the technical departments of Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari have long been putting every effort into their preparations for the changes that will come in 2026. This will surely cause problems for Newey to catch up with them, even under his brilliance. Newey's gamble to shift from Red Bull to Aston Martin could, of course, pay off big time. If all goes well, the team may have the say to destabilize F1's established order with a potential run for championships in the new era. But as in most motorsports, who knows? Beyond winning, for Newey, it's about proving yet again that his genius adapts to any era. These are my major concerns. Not so much about the regulations, but about whether we are still going to have a Formula One that allows innovation, Newey states. He has previously thrived in the context where creativity set the difference between winning and losing. He started by trying to express concepts through sketches, vigorously working with a team to incorporate his thoughts, shaping compounds to arrive at unique solutions, and then finally gathering the materials and assembly in the pits for track testing. But then for Newey, with stricter regulations concerning aerodynamics, bans on innovations on a lot of components, and some ridiculous restrictions on the power units, he can't see it as either a designer's battlefield that is not as constrained or less boring. With most control over the competition, engineering started shrinking with time, and so will his place. Looking ahead, all eyes will be on Newey and Aston Martin. If he joins the team, his impact might not be immediate, but by 2026, we could see the results of his influence. Will he bring Aston Martin to the front of the grid? Or will the challenge be too great, even for him? What do you think? Will Newey's move shake up Formula One, or is this the toughest challenge of his career? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on the biggest stories in F1.